Hi everyone, hope everyone's keeping well. Today I'm just going to do a quick demo using the Urban Muse collection from Electric Ink Designs, which is due to be released very soon. As you can see, it's going to be a lovely collection. It's got 9 individual stamps included with backgrounds, and the characters are Electra, Bianca, Zara and Cherry, and you can create some amazing cards or journal spreads, or you can use them for mixed media. They can be modern, they're edgy. So I'll show you how I created the background for this one, and I've already cut the parts out for it, so I've layered them up. So the digital image comes like this, and I've printed it out twice. I've put it on a C5 card, and these images I printed as, I think it was a 4x6. So I've taken her and I've cut her out, and I've already coloured her in just using some pro markers and a bit of glitter pen on her glasses. I did the colouring beforehand, as I've noticed that my videos are quite long when I don't intend them to be, and I've also cut out a couple of sentiments and layered them up so I can just put them on the completed card quickly. So this is a bit messy, the technique I used. It's similar to the last one, but this time I just used straight onto my glass board with my zig pens, just lots of different squiggles of colours, any colours you like, bold and brighter the better. So I just tried to pick out like rainbow colours from my zig pen collection, and you can just place them randomly wherever you like, don't have to go in any kind of order. So hopefully they will make a really nice background, because they never turn out the same every time you do them. So what I did for the first layer is I wet it quite a lot with my spray, so watered it down quite a lot, and I took the image and I've just put it onto my board just to pick up the colour. It doesn't matter if it goes on the back, because obviously we're going to layer it up. So just use your ink up. That's gone a bit muddy, but it doesn't matter, because what I did was I wiped the colours off my board, give it a good clean, and then just dried it quickly with the heat gun. This is not watercolour card, it's just smooth cardstock, but it seems to take the pens quite well, the water. I'll just give it a quick blast, because as I've mentioned in my previous videos, if you want to layer, then you have to dry between sorry, I don't know if you can hear me. You have to dry the image before putting the next layer on. If you want it to blend, then you keep it wet. So give it a quick blast. I did the same thing again, just with the colours. Hopefully I won't make too much noise this time. Oh, there I go again. So yeah, just colours again. Any type. I think I've got quite a lot of pink on that, so try adding some of the other colours. Try adding some of the oranges and the blue and the reds, maybe purple. Just randomly wherever you like. These work really well, these zig markers, they're so good for this. So the second time I just gave it one spritz, so the colours are darker and then just did the same thing again. As you can see, the colours are much brighter this time because they're not as watered down. So obviously this one's not going to look exactly the same as the other one. They all come out different every time. But I hope you can see. Just keep using the ink. And if you don't want to waste the ink, you can always put it on a different card and use it as a background. So I've picked up as much as I can. So I'll just give the board another quick wipe. And then I'll just blast it with the heat gun again. We're going to do something messy again in a minute, which you might actually, if you have a splat box, you might want to use it, because after I did this on my first card, I had a lovely messy desk with lots of lovely colourful splatters on it. So I just put that to side a minute. It doesn't matter that it's curled up, because once we put the tape on the back, it straightens it out. So we just put that to one side. Actually, no, we need that. What did I do next? I know what. We actually need the image. Don't put it to one side. I've got these lovely metallic watercolours, and I just chose a couple of random colours and added a bit of water to it with my spray. So I used gold, green, purple and blue, I think. These were a very reasonable price. And then I just got my paintbrush. Don't know if you can see how lovely that is. It's so pretty. And then just went with the splats. So this is the bit where you and everything around you is going to end up covered if you're not careful. But hey, sure we'll look good with gold speckles all over us. So I'll just add a little bit more water. I can't believe how bold the gold is in this. When I saw it, I was so happy. So I just gave the brush a quick wipe and then just went in with one of the other colours. Try purple this time, see if it's might not be quite watered down enough, but we'll see. And then you can use your finger, just go with the splatters. It might not look much at the minute, but the colours are lovely, they dry lovely. So what are the colours? So we'll try a bit of blue. I'll just give it another splatter, and I hope you can see how it's all coming together. Don't worry about the big splatters because that's going to be covered up. But yeah, I'll try a bit of green as well, why not? We put some water in it, so we may as well try and use it. There we go. So as you can see, it's like a really modern background, really bright and vibrant. So I'll just put the watercolours to one side. Just wipe off the brush again, you can wash that later. And I'll just give it another blast with the heat gun. Oh look, I'm all nice and gold and sparkly as well. So I'll take my mat away in a minute, because otherwise everything's going to be covered with the splatters. But you can obviously, I don't know if you can see the shimmer on it off the watercolour. Absolutely lovely. You can always use watercolour cards, but I just tend to use a super smooth card. I did leave the other one, the first one I did, I flattened it out a bit before I put it on the card, but obviously I can't do that with this one. But you'll have time to do that. So hopefully it'll straighten out. You can always put it through your die cutting machine without any dies in it, and it'll flatten it out. But if you can see the sparkle of that watercolour, I got the watercolours from TK Maxx and they were not expensive at all. I am so pleased with them. So I'll just move the board out of the way because it's quite messy now. And then what I did next was I've got my image that I coloured in before, and I'll just get a spare bit of card, because if you've watched my other videos you should know by now that I like to use Pritt Stick on the back. And actually what we'll do before we glue her on, shall we glue her on first, or shall we do it on the card first? I think we'll put that to one side for 1 minute and we will glue her down onto the card first. Hopefully we can get it as flat as possible. Obviously you'll have more time. I'm just trying to make a quicker video this time, because for me it goes really quick when I'm doing the demos, and then I look up and 40 minutes has passed, and I know some people don't actually like watching videos that long, so I'm trying to make this one a bit shorter. But these are so lovely to work with. You can keep the images black and white if you like and just make them look really classy, or you can make them modern and bright like this one, colourful. I've seen people do journal pages with them. I'm just going to cut that bit off the side. I'm just trying to cover it the best I can so we can try and get it as flat as possible. Trying not to cut the edge of the card. A bit sticky, but that's what we want. There we go. And then I'll just peel the back off the tape. So like I said, I prepared the card earlier because I know everyone knows how to mat and layer the card. I'm loving how my hand's sparkling. I tried my glitter pen on it before and I didn't think it was working, but yeah, I look ready to go party now, whatever that is. So I'm just going to put a bit of no, this one. I think the other one's a bit more worn out than this one, so I just like to add a bit of extra glue because it's going on glitter card. It's a non-shed glitter card, the black one, so hopefully it'll stick down quite well with the glue on. So it's the background that I did earlier, and let's see if we can get this in the middle and quite flat. This one's got a bigger border around it than the other one I did, so hopefully we've got it as flat as possible. Like I say, you'll be able to let yours dry out and flatten it, but for the purpose of the video I'm having to just use it straight away. So turn the card over and try and flatten it down the best I can. You can make the most loveliest things with these. Really worth investing in. You can buy them from the Electric Ink Designs group on Facebook, or you can go to Carley Duff and buy them directly from her. But there we go, it's turned out quite well actually. It looks like it's quite flat. Hopefully I've got it sort of straight. It's a bit hard when you're standing above it. It might be a tiny bit wonky, but that doesn't matter. So now we'll just put that to one side and we'll bring our lovely lady over, and I'll just cover her with the Pritt Stick just for quickness. It's easier to get it flat because sometimes if you use a wet glue it wrinkles a bit, but with this it goes quite flat quite quickly. And obviously you can use tape or foam pads, anything you like, but I just like to use the Pritt Stick. It's really handy for this. So I'll bring the card back and then I will try and line her up. The reason I cut her out is obviously if I didn't, she would have got quite messy with all the splats. And the other good thing with the Pritt Stick is you can move it if you need to. So you can just see her lovely bits of hair in the background. Try and get her the best we can on the card, lined up. There we go. I just picked some blues out of my pro markers just to make it look like denim, because as you probably saw at the beginning of the video, the image already comes like black, so it just highlights, it makes it look like denim. So just stick our sentiments on. These come in the kit. They're attached to one of the images with the background. I should have tried to find out what this image is called before I started, but I'll just put this one up here. And they're not cut perfectly straight because I tried to make them look a bit edgy. I didn't cut them with a trimmer, I just cut them with my scissors. So again, I like to use tape and a bit of glue. You can use whatever you've got: tape, glue, tape runner, foam pads, gel, anything you like. So I've put the image on straight on this one. So because it's got the glue on, it will need time to dry flat. I've put the sentiment on straight on this card, it just gives it a tiny bit of a different look. And then I have just added some gems randomly because I love my sparkle. If my glue will come out, that is. They always just hide to play up at times like this. It's because they're nearly empty. I need to refill them. So just some little dabs anywhere randomly you want to. I don't know if you're the sort of person that likes to put them in odd numbers, but apparently you're supposed to put them in threes. So we'll see how that goes. There we go. So the gems I'm going to use I got from the Works, and they're lovely, really pretty and sparkly. I don't know if you can see them sparkling. So just put them randomly. They are sticky back already, but I just like to make sure they're not going to fall off. So obviously you just literally use whatever you've got. If you like gems, some people don't, and obviously you have to be aware of the postage costs if you add any gems to your cards. So this just adds some bling. All different sizes. Try to do a random selection. And then we'll just put one more on the top sentiment. And it is slightly different to the first one because obviously you don't know with your pens and your splats and everything where it's going to end up, but this is what I made. And obviously this is the first one, so it's just got a slightly different bigger border around it, but really you should consider purchasing this kit. It is just lovely, as you can see, and there's so many things you can do with it. It's really modern and edgy, and there's just so much you can do with it. It's called Urban Muse, and it's Electric Ink Designs, or Carley Duff you can buy it from. So on Facebook, go look, go check it out. It's coming very soon, it's released very soon, and honestly you won't be disappointed. And I hope you've enjoyed my video, and thank you for watching. Bye.